And so it's all come to this very moment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 5 of the brand new, just released Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy Thunder Megazord review miniseries, hosted by yours truly, the one and only Sonic Ranger, and this is the last individual Zord of this set, so you know what's coming tomorrow. That said, it is none other than the Red Dragon Thunderzord. The Zord, the main part of this whole entire set that if you do not have, you are SOL about combining into the Legacy Thunder Megazord. So anyway, this is the Zord that was piloted by none other than Jason the Red Ranger, which was later replaced by Rocky DeSantos. So there you go, in case you didn't know. And this is a beast of a dragon. This is really cool. This is just outstanding. I love everything about this. I mean, good God, there is too much to talk about. As you can see, all this nice, very nice sculpting, very nice paint work is 100% show accurate to Dire Ranger and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 2. It is outstanding work. That said, however, I could praise this thing all day long, but I have to be honest. I've got a few gripes about this Zord, and I've got a couple of nitpicks, but I've got one major con about this. It is not the best work that Bandai of America has to offer on the Legacy series. It looks good, don't get me wrong about that. I totally love this Red Dragon Thunderzord, but it does have its standing points of some much needed improvement for a re-release later on down the road. I'm going to show you off the main thing that everybody has talked about. So that being said, let me bring in for a fine example Dragon Zord's tail from the Legacy series, and as everybody knows, it is fully articulated with hidden ball joints that hold their pose. In any way that you so can pose it, it will stay where it's at. That said, on the other hand, even though this is probably one of the most surprising things that Bandai of America could offer us in the Legacy series for the Red Dragon Thunderzord, it is not the best. As you can see, and this also includes the tail back here, it is the same amount of articulation. It is just like the Dragon Zord tail. The problem is, it doesn't hold its pose. It can't. Here, I'll show you the back as well. It's the same for the tail. You can do whatever you want to it, put it in any place you so choose. It's not going to hold its place, unfortunately. It's not a weight problem, it's the execution. I have already taken the liberty of doing this off camera, and I have already unscrewed the neck portions of the Red Dragon Thunderzord to see what's going on here. And the fact is that the ball joints that they are using are just not as tight as the Dragon Zord's tail. So it is something that they executed the way they wanted it to be. So there is no ins, ifs, or buts about it. This is not an issue. This is exactly what everybody's going to be receiving when they get their set. Just like that. It's something that is needed for improvement. I would have loved if it would actually have stayed in place so I could put this in any position I so choose and leave it there on my display shelf, which it would look fantastic. I mean, it does look fantastic, but that fact alone, that Bandai of America wanted it to be like this instead of being able to hold its pose, is just something that I really don't understand why they did it. I mean, it's what they wanted, but I don't understand why they wanted it to be like that when, you know, they could have just done us a favor and done exactly like the Dragon Zord's tail here. Why would they go with loose joints instead of just, you know, tight joints like the Dragon Zord's tail? I don't get it. And a lot of people still are questioning why they went with this decision. It's not what the fans want, okay? Let's make these joints tighter so it can hold its pose. That's all that I really got to say about that. Anyway, everything else about this is pretty good, but we do have some flimsy joints here, just like the 1994 Red Dragon Thunderzord. These are pretty thin joints. They're sturdy plastic, it really is, but they just they do not stay in place when you go and move this thing around, because if you're like pretending to do, you know, this like it does in the show, these arms are just gonna move out of place, and you know, it's kind of annoying just having to readjust them like so, but hey, whatever. That said, we come to probably the last issue I got with Dragon Mode, and that is this piece right here that covers up the neck part, or what should be the neck part for the Warrior Mode. And it's not held in by anything. It is just friction. That's it. Friction. There are tabs right here, but there are no holes for it to connect into. So that being said, just a simple tap and it drops. Now, if you're just sitting it on a flat surface for displaying or something like that, you've got no problem, okay? It's not going to fall anytime soon. Unless this hinge right here becomes loose, and then we got a problem. But yeah, it will hold its position like that. But if you go to mess around with the Red Dragon, chances are it's going to come down on you very easily. So that's really it. That's all I got to say about this mode. I mean, everything else about it, especially the tail bit, is a major improvement from what we got with the original 1994 release. The only thing that is missing is chrome. I gotta be honest, I missed the chrome. But that said, chrome does chip very easily, so I can do without it. I'm just gonna go ahead and take off the head real quickly and show you this, because this is a nice touch. Painted teeth, and both the top and the bottom of the mouth are actually painted in a nice black. Just, you know, they spare to no expense for the mouth detail, and I love it. I love the way this whole entire head looks. This, good God, this thing looks like serious trouble for evil space aliens. It's just, wow. Wow. What else can I say about it? I can't. I'd love to go more into detail about it, but I think I've talked about this mode long enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you one last 360 look on this for as best as I can, because this is a huge Zord. It will not stay all on camera, unfortunately, but I'll give you everything that I can for what I have. And it is some really nice work. Bandai of America should be really proud of themselves, minus the nitpicks. And the one con that I've got of this mode, this is some really nice work. Spectacular. Straight on. Dire Ranger, Mighty Morphin fans will be truly proud to have this this masterpiece, a part of their legacy collection. They also mentioned that the hands for Dragon Mode are actually individually articulated fingertips. Yeah, and that's that side and this side as well. And you'll see more of that when we get to Warrior Mode. So anyway, that's pretty much going to do it for Dragon Mode. So I'm sorry I couldn't get it all on camera, but hey, maybe we can get Warrior Mode all on camera, because it's not actually extended out so far. So let's get to it. Transformation is simple enough. Get the head off. Start it off like that. Flip out the feet. Take off the tail, which, you know, can be a little complex at first, but hey, when you work with it, it gets a little bit looser, but not to the point where it's just flapping around when you're messing around with Red Dragon. But there we go, flip that up. Now, of course, just like Dragon Zord, gotta hide the ball joints by pushing them in. Turn this right here and then hide the ball joints. Make sure they're all in, otherwise this isn't gonna look right. I think I missed here. No, that's in. Okay. So there's that. Flip these up. And then we're gonna rotate this around. I'm gonna readjust my camera's height for just 1 second. Alright, we're 10 minutes in. Not bad. Not bad. So when I got to this part in the last review, I would think I was like 14 minutes in, but yeah, nice change. So, as you all know, collapse the hands together like so. Take this bit, flip it around, tab it in. Yes, that's where those two tabs go in, right there. Very nice. Okay, no, I don't have that in. There we go. Now it's straight. Alright, this is a big boy. My tripod's not doing it any justice, unfortunately. I am so sorry I cannot get this all on camera. It's just way too big. This little bit of transformation is different from the original 1994 release. As a matter of fact, sometimes I get this confused on which way it's supposed to go. But you tab it in like so, and I think I got it right. This is supposed to be standing out like that, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. Anyway, there's that. last thing to do is simple enough. Close the mouth, flip this down. We'll worry about the ear bits in just a sec, but we're going to tab this in. It's a nice clip connection, very tight, very sturdy. Flip in the ears. And unlike the 1994 release, we don't have to flip the mouth all the way back underneath the head to get this to sit properly. As you can see, the whole mouth is straight down now. So that's nice. And that's pretty much going to do it right there for Red Dragon Thunderzord in its warrior mode. And that is a nice looking warrior mode. Look at this thing. It looks like it just popped right off the Super Sentai series. My apologies for the quick cutaway, but hey, you didn't really miss much. I just got interrupted during my review, and it gave me a little time to actually get a better adjusted tripod stand for the rest of this review. So, after clearing out my memory card because I ran out of storage anyway, we're back finally, 25 minutes later, and now we can finish off this review. What can I say about this mode that I didn't already say? I already said pretty much in all honesty, which is, hey, this looks like one of those stunt actors in one of those mecha suits that you would see on the show. It is that proportionate. Everything is just about right. The arms are the right scale, the legs are the right scale, the whole body is slim to that proportion, the head is pretty much in scale with the size. It's just, everything about it is so freaking awesome. But that said, I really can't say any more praises about the Zord after that, because everything else seems to hit the wrong side of the field, unfortunately. And that is, there really is, outside of the paint job, outside of the proportions, the new scale model of this thing, there's not much going on in change from the original 1994 release, and that really has to do with the articulation, because the articulation is pretty much one and the same, minus a few tweaks, which we're going to get to right now. So going ahead and going back to what is the original articulation, it is your swiveling shoulders here. As you can see, they go around complete 360, and then of course there's bicep swivel, or should I say upper elbow swivel, so you can do that. You can do the curl bar arm movement thing. As I showed off during the dragon mode, these fingers are individually articulated, so getting his weapon, his staff in his hands shouldn't be a problem. We'll take a quick look at that very carefully, because in all honesty, that's it for the articulation department. This is some nice work here. Hopefully this is focusing in on that. The way I'm looking at this, I hardly can actually see the screen of the camera, but yeah, you should be able to see all that nice detail. Nice gold trimming on the paint job. It's all solid black, but it's that nice gloss black, so it's got some nice shine to it. But as you can see, just slide it up in the thumb and then close the fingers, and there you go. Now it's wielding its staff very nicely, might I add, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there is the standard due to transformation, foot articulation I forgot to show off. I'm not going to count any of the ball joints as articulation for this mode, because in all honesty, you get no movement out of those. It's unfortunate. I mean, I'll go ahead and show you real carefully. I mean, right here, real quickly, snap that right there, and that's it. That's all you're going to get. That's not even 90 degrees. Nowhere near. That shouldn't count for anything, so it's just for dragon mode and nothing else, just for show. So there you have it. The only other thing that I did not show off on this Red Dragon Thunderzord in warrior mode is the fact that there is one more thing, because if I'm not mistaken, as far as I know, this is the first time that I've ever seen any individual Zord or any Megazord do this. And it only took 25 years, as I've counted. Let's just go with that. That is just simply awesome. I cannot praise Bandai of America enough. The only other thing that I can really say about this is that I wish that, just like Dragon Zord, that the feature of individual hands could have somehow worked with Red Dragon Thunderzord. It would have been nice if warrior mode had different kind of hands, so you know you can hold its staff a little better. I'm not saying it's gotten any problems with holding its staff, that's in there pretty tight. I'm just saying the fact that the hands are still stationary, that there's no wrist swivel, which really would have made a big plus on this Zord's mode. It's just one of those things that could have been another look at, and I'm sure they could have found a way to make it work, even if they had to flip the budget just a little bit more. I don't care, I would have paid it. Not sure about you guys, but I would have paid it. Outside of that, there's really nothing else to say. I mean, everything hits the right place. The problem is that it's just like the original 1994 release. Everything below the waist is just stationary. It's a brick, unfortunately. And we still haven't gotten to that right point in the articulation department for Zords. I mean, Transformers are a fine example of what the Zord Builder series or just the Legacy series should actually be. I mean, they've got different modes, they've got robot modes, and they also have combined modes, and they have loads of articulation. Why can't we get any of that from Bandai of America? I will never know. But I guess a lot of people disagree with me because every time I bring it up, there's always got to be somebody out there that's got to say, well, it just wouldn't work. Why not? Why would it not work? It can work. But other than that, it is an outstanding, outstanding masterpiece. It just needs a little love from the articulation department, especially since this is actually the only individual Zord of this set that can actually do something, in all honesty. So, there you go, guys. We are done reviewing the Zord, so the only other thing to review is pretty much the combination modes, starting off with the Thunder Megazord combination tomorrow. So, questions, comments, you know what to do. Leave it down below in the comment section of this video. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, like the last two people in the last review, hit the thumbs down button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel for more reviews just like the one that you were viewing from yours truly today. And until then, this is the one and only Sonic Ranger signing out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you whenever you see me.